Hi, so I'm at the Yorktown battlefields. Behind me you can see Surrender Field. This is where, when the British surrendered, they laid down their weapons and began their exodus out of Virginia.
The next two photos are of cannons that were left behind after the surrender in Yorktown.
Hello again. So now I'm walking through the battlefields. It's beautiful here. There's plenty of placards to tell you what the different places along here represent. You can find out where there were different battles, where some of their headquarter buildings were set up, where the hospitals were. All right, we are at Beaver Dam Creek. This was a separating area between different encampments, but they were both for the French and American fighting with for freedom from the British. But I just wanted to show you it is very swampy. You do have to be careful through here because there are a lot of water snakes. But if you look over here, there are a number of different cranes. So the beauty here, not only are we at a historical place, but the beauty is just absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so our next stop at the battlefields, we are at Washington's headquarters. There are no edifices left behind here. There is the placard that you can read more information about behind me, and you can walk around the area. There's a little trail that heads over to Newport News Park over here behind me as well. But what I think is just truly astounding, you are walking on the same grounds that George Washington walked on, our first American president, and that is really cool.
This is the Moore House. This is where Cornwallis selected to negotiate terms of surrender for the British. This ended the last major battle of the American Revolution.
We have left the battlefields and we are now walking over to the monument that overlooks the York River here. Now this monument was built to recognize the victory of the Revolutionary War, but it wasn't even constructed until a century after the end of the Revolutionary War. There's different components to the monument here. The bottom part, where you can see the widest portion with the writing, each side has a specific purpose. One side dedicates the monument as a memorial of victory. Another side is a narrative of the siege. Another side commemorates the Treaty of Alliance with France, and the fourth side tells of a treaty of peace with England. Above that, there are the emblems of nationality, war, alliance, and peace. And then you can see there's 13 women around there. Those women represent the 13 colonies. Above that, there are stars to recognize the different states that were part of the Union. And above that is Lady Liberty herself. Right now we are standing in historic Yorktown, and this is called the Nelson House. This is where Thomas Nelson, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, lived. He came over from England, and the bricks that you see on the outside are the original bricks and mortar that were built on the house when he constructed it. Now the bricks are made of materials that were not found here in the United States, so it is believed that he brought these bricks over with him on his boats. And what I'm walking up to now, this is an actual cannonball embedded in the side of the house from the Revolutionary War. So it's not something you see every day. It's also said that the inside of the house, the wood floors are believed to be original as well, and the house actually remained in his family until the early 1900s. now we are stopping at the poor potter site. The neat thing about this is that the pottery that was made here was actually being made and sold illegally during that time period of history. The pottery was supposed to be poor quality because they would ship in goods from England, and that was what was expected to be sold. But the Virginia Lieutenant Governor lied and said that the pottery here was of poor quality, and that allowed him to keep selling it. In fact, it was such good quality that the pottery was sold as far as New England and even the West Indies. And after William Rogers passed away, his family kept his business going for another 30 years. And at one time, people were able to find pottery on the grounds here. We'll end our tour here by the waterfront, where you can get some Ben & Jerry's, enjoy a nice dinner, and do a little bit of shopping.